All right, testing video volume, testing the audio as I'm doing sound checks, testing 1, 2. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to week 2 of Clarke versus Nevada for our Rocket League team. Spectate. Tap. 1 second as we're getting over. We can't. Charlie doesn't know how, so it's okay. Sorry for slight technical difficulties off the start. We're still very new to this, and it's definitely not our game. So I think we got out of there before there was any problems. So we are going to be changing around our camera angles a little bit today, looking at a couple different people as Montana gets a very, very slow first goal to start it off. So a couple of different things about our team that we are going to be focusing on today is possession. That is the key to today's success. There's been a lot of times where we've been hitting the ball off the walls and just centering it for the other team, which has not been the greatest method. So we are going to be trying to keep possession, catching the ball either with the car or doing soft touches and light touches. So as we see, that's the point of emphasis today, as Montana is in goal looking to get it clear, as Zeke does a nice clear to the sidewall, so it doesn't have to be a tough shot. He's going to let Montana take it. So as we look at the match today and we start to get in, I'm going to go over the starting roster here. So currently who we are watching is Dirt, aka Montana. He's a senior and a co-captain this year. And then we will be rotating over to Zeke. This is Zeke as Zeke Asaka. He is a junior this year. Both of those two players have been on the Siege team, which ended up going to state and getting 4th overall. As we look and watching Zeke kind of going for a defensive play here. In the backfield, we have Mr. Unicorn, a.k.a. Jack Schlichty. He's another one of our seniors. Zach and Montana are some of the founding fathers of this entire esports program. So it's been really nice to have them here, and they were on the team last year along with Zeke. So these are all of our returning players. As Jack there goes for the fake. And we look to keep possession as they get along clear down the field. So now we're going to try to go from our auto cam, so we'll see what that does, as I believe it should show us the entire field and the entire play of action. So watching the ball here, they're trying to get it downfield in possession, and they ended up getting past our goalie there off of a soft touch. So it was a good play by them as they were able to get one touch as we were playing a little far up on that one. So they are tied 1-1 at 3 minutes as we look for another kickoff. Zeke goes for the kickoff, but ends up getting the first touch, which means they got the second touch. So sometimes on these kickoffs, it's actually better to be the second person there, because that means the other team is going to hit it into your car, aka giving you possession. So Montana here goes for the long shot, and Zeke looks to go outside and force a 50, which he does. So the ball goes high in the air, going off the wall, which Jack is up, trying to make a shot, trying to keep the ball on their side of the field as much as they can as they look for a clear. Montana sends it right back to them. They're Dino Crazy. I believe they're one of their best players. He gets a good save there, as Zeke is keeping possession, just keeping the ball in front of their net as long as we can, and eventually one of these shots will go. We have been getting a whole lot better about picking up boost and rotating back as Jack looks to go downfield to make a play. Patiently waits for his team to get in position, and he ends up getting 50'd on. So Montana, again, keeping that possession, keeping the ball down there as much as he can. Tries to go off the wall, but they are playing a lot of good defense right now as they look to take possession here. But Jack ends up taking his time, misses a 50, but again, they cannot get it past the midfield. They go for a wall, but Zeke is going to try to push up here. Montana goes off the wall, see if we can get double here. He's in good position, and he scores. It's a good shot by Montana. That's almost impossible to defend. Any ball that goes against the wall right next to the goal, you have to perfectly predict when they're going to be. They try to get a bump, and honestly, it's a very solid strategy on their part. Anytime you have anybody near goal, just getting a bump can completely throw them off their track. So it's a good job staying with the play, having good awareness as they get another demo here. But Zeke is ready with the boost, so him and Jack are going to roll up the side as they miss in the open goal. Zeke gets a good center here. Jack's going to go up for it, and it was a great shot, but a better save. It's good teamwork there overall. Zeke and Jack playing good together right now as they look to get possession here. Montana's going to rotate back, and we are there for the save. And Jack looks to take it down the midcourt, and Montana, good possessional touch right there. That's what we're talking about. The goal was to keep possession, so it's a nice one. He didn't launch it off the wall, as we were going to see another one of our drills here, which is off the wall. He gets a slight touch, not the greatest, but Zeke's there for it no matter what. Not able to get on target, but again, it's a good shot. We're really developing our mechanics of trying to take it up the wall and get it down to the center court, as it is an open net. Let's see if we can put it in. Double commit. One of them gets it, and it's Zeke as he scores another goal. So we are now up 3-1 on them. So Zeke playing patient on the outside ring. Either him or Montana, someone was going to get it. They thought, well, they both are there. Someone's bound to get it to go on the goal. As we go up 3-1, 50 seconds left. Something about this game is you can score 2-3 goals in about 7, 8, 9 seconds. Kind of depends on your kickoffs. So you are never out of it. Usually it takes about five goals with a minute lead to ever feel even remotely comfortable. As Jack goes for the long clear. We had all three going for a long clear and a hard hit off the wall, which almost centered it for him, but we're getting possession here. That's a good center by Jack, but a great save again by Dino Crazy. He is not bad off the wall. You watching some film on him, he's a very good player. So we're going to have to keep control here as we have someone in the front post, which is the front side of the goal, towards the striking side, and we also had someone in the back post, which is the exact opposite, the back side of the goal on the opposite side, as Jack looks to get a long clear here. And with time running down, Clarke will take game one, 3-1 overall. It's a good opening bout for us as we look at the scoreboard here with Montana getting 390. You're really kind of getting some good goals there as we look to go into game two. All right, and as we start to load into the second match, we're going to keep the same lineup here. They worked pretty well together. I did see a lot of good teamwork overall, as their team pretty well balanced. 1 goal, 1 assist, and 2 saves. They're very well balanced. And as we look to go into the second game here, We are going to be spectating again. As soon as everybody's ready, we will go ahead and start this next match. As I believe, let's see, they got 1, 2, I believe they're all in. So we are good to go ahead and get started. So a couple things here. Rocket League team, this is really our second true season. We did one season on a different system called Play VS, which was more of a Midwest platform. These last 2 years we've been on the IAHSEA, the Iowa High School Esports Association, which is the one that we've been with for most of this year, as we look to go for kickoff as they get a good touch, but we're not able to fill up the middle, and Jack goes for possessional touch, which was the right idea. Unfortunately, they just kind of had the high ground there. As we look to rotate back with a good rotation, Montana's able to send it off the wall, and Zeke sends it down to their side of the court. So this platform has been really awesome. It's very new, which is cool to see. There's been a lot of high schools in the state of Iowa joining, as we have multiple districts and competing this year for Rocket League. It's one of the biggest titles that there is, as we have 3 people in goal trying to get a shot. Almost everybody got a shot on goal, but nobody was back. So we'll see if this causes them to score, which it does. So their D Dino Crazy is able to get the long clear. And he shoots a pretty decent shot here. Is able to keep it at a pretty good angle. And we will go down 0-1 in the second game. So we're going to go back to the auto cam, which ultimately is probably just one of the better views to do, honestly. So they're able to get possession here as we look to play a little defense. Montana goes for possessional touch. That's something that, again, we've been really focusing on. If we can out-mechanic these guys and hit it off the wall like Montana just did for a goal, then that is our success. By keeping possession and not just launching it down to the other side of the court, we are able to get everybody else in possessions in a good position in order to score. So while he just scored it there off the wall, which could be luck of the draw, taking your time and getting yourself in a good position and letting your teammates get down court is just a huge bit to success. As Zeke centers it, and Montana might have hit it in. He made it probably a little bit closer to a goal than he needed to, but a great job being in position, waiting for it to come down, not rushing it, and just hitting it low and away from them, which is a great shot there. So, like I said, this can be a very fast-scoring game as we get 2 goals in a matter of 25 seconds. So Montana wins another kickoff, which passes it to Jack as he looks to go downfield. He's probably a little bit low on boost right now, so he does the best he can to put it in the center as he looks to keep possession, stay with the ball, not give up on it. And Zeke takes a low shot and ends up deflecting off one of their people. And then Zeke goes flying through the air to keep possession. Jack goes for the fake, and Montana comes up and is trying to keep it on their side. Zeke launches it at the goal. Unfortunately, the dude was right there, but that was a great shot by Zeke. Whenever you can get a good shot with a lot of miles per hour, it doesn't matter where you are, it's a very tough shot to defend, as Montana goes for a soft touch over the top, and this will just roll right in. So again, playing really good, playing really tight right now. Got a lot of good rotations, really working on the aerial game as Montana is able to put another goal on the scoreboard for us as we look to take another 3-1 lead. Rocket League's a fun sport. You can score a lot of points, you can score almost none points. And it all just kind of depends on who shows up and who misses the shot. So Zeke looks to take it up the wall here. Gets a good center, gets past the defender. It's up in the air if someone can put it in. Montana flying across with a great assist by Zeke. Zeke did a really good job staying on the wall, staying with the shot. Takes a touch here to put it almost in goal, and then Montana just has to tap it in. That's really good teamwork. Those two like to rotate up. And they've been playing together now for a little bit. We haven't quite established a lot of team chemistry with this game, as our last season ran a little bit late because we were doing so well at Siege and we just didn't get a head start on Rocket League. As they almost do it again, looking for the same play. Jack decides to take the mid-court shot, knowing that Zeke was going to be able to get back and play a little defense here, but that was a great shot. Again, it's that shot off the wall right in front of the goal that's almost impossible to touch. So this one, you play it as if it's going for a shot, and then it bounces off the wall. You're completely discombobulated. You have no idea where it's going. As they get a goal here and they start to fight their way back, as they are now only up 4-2. Great kickoff goal by Zeke. That is a great job. We were cheating up on the shot, waiting for them. They leave the ball in the middle, and Zeke is there with full boost and great power. He doesn't hit it too high. It doesn't hit on the ground. That is a great strategy there. It's called cheating on the approach. Whoever's the first person goes up first, and if they can just Montana just whiffs the kickoff. Well, I don't know what he's going for a speed kickoff, and speed kickoffs they are risky at best. They're sometimes awesome, but if you mess up one of the mechanics and no one's back, it'll happen. So I don't blame him for going for it. Speed kickoffs is how we've won most of these kickoffs, so I hope he just stays with it. He knows he's good as he gets one there. And Zeke goes for it, but they get a 50 ball, and they keep possession on their side as we are looking to rotate back here, and Jack will take a nice launch down the side, picks up the 100 boost, tries to get a center. It's a bit off, and Zeke's there. Close shot there. Goes for a bump while he's down there. It's always a good strategy. It's another thing we were kind of hoping to do. Montana goes for the early challenge to throw them off their game and not let them have anything get set up. Zeke goes for a possession here. He's trying to play little mind games with them as they get a soft possession. And now Zeke will have all the room in the world as he goes up, and I assume we're going to be in the air on this one. Jack goes for the fake. Zeke goes for the pop shot, and someone's going to come up trying to get this long cleared. There's no one there. As they're just trying to keep possession down, but they will not be able to keep it on our side of the court very long as we have really good backwards rotations. Zeke goes for the shot. It is double defended, which is always tough, but it means their next shot's going to be a little bit off. And Montana in the backfield. He takes the demo, but he gets the clear, so it's we'll end up taking that as they're looking to see if they can come back down 5-3. As they are looking to get possession as they take it off the wall. Zeke tries to pop it up in the air. It's still on our side. They've been doing a little bit better this go around, keeping it on our side. They're going for a lot of demos. There's a lot of people dying out here. So we'll see if people can stick with it as they go for a close shot there. I don't know what was going on there. Let's see if we can get a good camera angle here. So they go on the narrow side, which is the toughest side, because as you play back post, you are the furthest away. So they are keeping it a close game right now, 5-4, with 1:19 left. Looks like they're getting a little bit more warmed up as we miss another kickoff, and they get another kickoff goal. That is been keeping them alive as they get 2 kickoff goals here in a matter of about 1.5 minutes. So we are all tied up 5-5. If you were with us last week, you know that we took Harlan all the way to the end. But unfortunately, Harlan is able to squeak back and get one as we win the next kickoff. And we'll see if we can get an early possession here. As we double commit, we're starting to play a little bit sloppy right now. You know, when you have a lead and you start to lose it, you start to play a little bit too tight. So we're going to get back to our roots, get our possessions, get the 50s, get to a solid rotation, and come back and be a little bit better with the mechanics. So Zeke goes for a pop shot here to get it close to the center and goal. Montana flies through the air and is able to get the ricochet shot. Again, another great pass from Zeke and score by Montana. That's been a deadly duo of these two these last couple weeks. As Montana, aka our flying monkey from last year, is able to get the shot, and with under a minute we go up 6-5 on Nevada. So Jack goes for the kickoff here. We're not going to do the speed kickoff just because we'd rather 50-50 from here on out. So we keep possession. Montana goes for the distraction. Jack goes for the high shot. Montana's going to rotate back, and Zeke is keeping possession down there while Montana is rotating back. Zeke gets a good center. Montana's there. It's a great passing play again, but they had really good defense as they look to take possession. Zeke looks to launch it off the back wall, and Jack's going to come up the court and try to get it down as he goes for a great 50. That's awesome. And Montana might be able to do something with this, and he does. I think the key to that play was Jack, a.k.a. Mr. Unicorn, coming up and challenging that 50-50 ball because it throws them off. Okay, you assume that they're not going to challenge at mid-court, but Jack, as we came to be more aggressive, he goes up, he challenges it. They have 2 people committed on that same shot, and with 15 seconds down, and a 2-goal lead, and we just got to keep possession, keep it on the ground, and we should be able to come away with our second victory as Zeke takes a shot from a pass from Mr. Unicorn, aka Jack. He is the assist king right now. He's on fire. We have so many passes. I don't know, is there a way for us to pull up the scoreboard? Can you hold tab? I think tab will do it. So look at the number of assists that we're starting to rack up here. We have 6 assists on the board. That is beautiful to see. 6 out of the 8 goals that we have scored have been assisted. We are working together. We are staying in our lanes, in our shot groups, and that's what got us the 8-5 victory for game number 2 over Nevada. It is just beautiful teamwork. Usually around this time, as we go up 2 games, I would rotate it in a different player. I'm not going to lie, with 6 assists on the board, I love seeing the chemistry. So I'm going to go tell them to stick with their game plan, because I've been really liking what I'm seeing. All right, so as we start to get into game 3, I went over and talked to the team, complimented them on their ability to really pass the ball. I had to go over and give Montana a little bit of grief, as he only made 6 goals on 6 shots, shooting 100% on net, but had 0 assists. How dare he be selfish? No, I'm joking. He's our shooter, and overall we've been playing pretty good together as we go for a kickoff here, and they launch it back to their side. So a couple things I want to mention as we enter into game 3. So we do have a brand new coach with us this season, which has been awesome. We have Mr. Claybaker. He's been coaching the Overwatch team this season, as I've been focusing. I'm Coach Wagner. I've been focusing on the Rocket League team. We only had one coach. I was the only one here for the fall, which was it's a lot, because every single season we have 2 coaches, or we have 2 games going at once. As Zeke gets a nice long shot here. This is actually kind of a tough shot, and another assist by Jack. But that shot is actually not very easy, because when it's from the midfield, you can either launch it over the goal or it's on the ground. So it's actually a really beautiful mid-level shot that goes over the goalie. But yeah, so now we have 2 coaches, and we have 2 teams, 2 sports, 2 titles competing in every single season. So esports has really been growing. We have over 25 players, as Montana goes for a nice soft positional touch, touches it and just taps it right over the goalie, and then with all the composure in the world, just slowly crawls up on it and taps it in for the goal. As we go up 2-0 pretty early into game 3 on Nevada. So what's been nice is we've been doing a lot of fundraising as a team. We've been getting a lot of support from the community. Shout out to Pizza Hut for always helping us out, and even donating us pizza on our like banquet nights and rewards nights. The boosters have been outstandingly supportive and giving us a lot of fundraising opportunities. We, like I said, we have over 25 players throughout the year. We have now 5 gaming computers, so we can compete on every title format that we have. And so that's been really, really awesome to see as we score a goal. And Jack gets a goal. And Montana finally got an assist for the team. I'm so proud of him as he's able to help Jack get a 50-50 ball. And Nevada just going for the save. Unfortunately, own goals, but that's part of the process. It really is. People kind of look at own goals as bad sign play or whatever, but if it's going to go in and you don't touch it, I mean, it's on you, as this one's going to drop right in front of goal. That is a great save by Montana, and Zeke's able to take it up the side. Notice how they didn't double commit to that shot. They're sitting next to each other, communicating, saying, hey, I'm going to go for this one, you don't need to, as they just double commit for that one. But we've been getting a little bit better about working on that. Zeke goes for a pinch. Pinches are 50-50 if it goes your way or not, and that one just kind of goes straight down. So as Montana looks to rotate back and throws possession to them. Luckily, they miss high. That was dangerous, as we are starting to triple commit. We need to calm down and get back to our rotations here, as Jack looks to take it up the wall, gets a good possessional touch. They double commit. It's a good save by Dino Crazy. I believe it's one of their best players, maybe one of their captains. Montana gets a bounce off the ground, which is a tough shot to pull up. You know, playing incredibly aggressive, being our goalie, just deciding to go up all the way to three-quarter court to take the shot. 'Cause why not? So we go up 4-0 with exactly 3 minutes left to go on the clock. As we are looking to go for a possession. It's a great kickoff. Jack's right there for the next touch, and let's see if we can score this. As we're looking, oh wow, all 3 people commit there. That is, they get a nice long clear. So Nevada trying to keep possession for their team. Score a goal here, gets past our first goalie, but again with our defensive rotations, the front post person is able to take that one, and back post stays back. Zeke here goes for a good shot on goal, gets redeflected into the corner, but we are keeping it on their side. He goes up for the aerial, a nice soft touch by one of their players. And Zeke rotating back. Montana's downfield, so he's probably going to get a bump there. Not much of a bump, but he does technically get it. So Zeke going for the long clear, is looking to get possession. It's a great soft touch by Montana. He's able to control the ball and then score. That is one of his better shots of the night. It is tough when you're turning around. Notice how he catches it here. And what I mean by that is it's coming down at an angle where if you can hit it with just your tires, it's going to flatten out. It's not just going to ricochet off your car. That's called catching the ball. It's not the easiest in the world. It's actually one of the more complicated moves, and it requires a lot of gameplay, which we are starting to get as we get another kickoff. Zeke tries to launch it down, and it's a good save by their goalie, to be honest, as Zeke and Montana are looking to stay aggressive here as we're up 5-0, as we are also getting more warmed up, doing a lot of possessional touches. Zeke getting a soft touch, even though it wasn't necessarily a center, it is keeping the ball on their side of the court. Something we've been needing to do a whole lot more of. Last year, we really prided ourselves in our defense, but the problem is we were on defense too much. We needed to know that a good offense is also a great defense, because the longer the ball's on their side of the court, the less likely we are to make a mistake. Just like that, as they center it for Zeke. Unfortunately, a soft touch off the wall puts it right in the middle of the goal. As we go up 6-0, as Zeke scores a goal here at 50 miles an hour. Currently, the team is 0-1 on the season, but assuming all goes well, we will get a victory after this one, and we will go up to 1-1. We did end up getting a couple individual games on Harlan, so it wasn't all for nothing, as we are currently ranked 5th within our district. It is way too early to tell if that actually means anything or not, but there are several teams that were not able to get a single win, so we were being competitive with Harlan. And after a little bit of a warm-up and a little bit more team play, I would love to play them again and see where they're at. As we're under a minute here, and we're trying to keep the ball back on their side as Jack goes for the fake, and it's in goal. It's a wide open shot for them, and Dino Crazy, who has been their most consistent scorer, put himself in a good position to score there. As he picked up a good demo. And he's apparently the Dragon Rider, the Dragon banner. I always like to see the custom cars here. You know, beauty about Rocket League is that you can have customization on your cars, and certain players play with certain cars and certain styles. We have Fennec players, we have Octane players, we have Dominus players. But for the most part, the default in most professional establishments is just Octanes. That's what a lot of the pros use. Another thing that's pretty common in this sport is for pretty much all the pros to use a controller. It's easier to throttle off of a lever versus just the button key. But we do have one of the more unorthodox players with Montana playing completely keyboard mouse. He plays keyboard mouse for everything, so it just makes sense that he's very comfortable with this. As time is running down, and it's with 3-2 seconds left, we're going to see if we can score one more for Brazil as it touches the ground, and we end up going 6-1 for the win. Clarke takes a 3-0 win over Nevada. I want to thank you all for watching, as next week we will continue our bout. It'll be the last one before break. As we look to play against Roland Story, who will actually be the home team, so it might look a little bit different, but for the most part we're still able to stream here. We are now going to be pretty much on YouTube full time. It's a little bit easier for people to see at home, so we want to thank you guys for joining us, and congratulations to the Clarke team as we now move to 1-1 on the season.